Sir? Oludayo. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Nice to have you on the show this afternoon. All right, okay. But because of our time, I don't want us to waste most of our time. I will start with what I have as the introduction. We are talking about insecurity in Nigeria. I will start from you, Honorable Alex, because should we still be talking about the issue of insecurity in Nigeria? How old is Nigeria? Considering the amount being projected, you're being pumped into the Ministry of Defense and everything, considering the fact that we have 9 active agencies that are responsible for security in Nigeria. When we talk about NIA, DIA, DSS, Nigerian Police Force, and all others like that. Don't forget the Army, they are part of the agencies that are responsible for security. Now, is it something, do you think the issue of insecurity should be something that should be brought in Nigeria now?
You started the question from the top, not from the beginning.
Exactly.
Is there even Nigeria? Are we independent?
Hmm.
Are we controlling ourselves? Can we even defend ourselves? A country whereby someone agitating for another country, saying this country is not pleasing them, they are not satisfying with it, was sent to life imprisonment. But someone agitating, claiming they are the leader of bandits, moving around, threatening the whole citizen. Is that a country? A country whereby the law was not even against the rich people, but the poor. Is that a country? Who is financing these bandits and those causing the insecurity in Nigeria? Why can't we think about that? Who is feeding them? Who is bankrolling them? How are they getting those weapons? Before you know it, at times you see Nigeria police force uniform on them. At times you see Nigeria army uniform on them. How are they getting all this? In a country we believe we are independent.
But are we not?
To be sincere,
What happened on the October 1st, 1960? We gained our independence.
that is just a ceremony.
A ceremony. Then what are we celebrating? The ceremony is all about what?
Even we all know we are celebrating rubbish. As I'm concerned, I don't. You can't wish me an independent day and you expect me to wish you well, because I was born on October 1st.
Wow.
Because of that, I shift my date to October 3, because there's nothing to celebrate about. There's no independence anywhere in Nigeria. What we should think of is, how are we going to gain our independence? How are we going to be independent? That should be our first priority.
Is it possible for a country, if I get you, I understand the fact that you said Nigeria is not independent.
Yes.
But on paper, in your voice, we are independent, right?
The ceremony we usually do, the ceremony we usually celebrate it every blessed year, which we all know that is just a ceremony. Thinking of security in Nigeria, I have some records, I think some years back, why some of these general sent to the Boko Haram gathering and the likes, the Boko Haram camp. They will ask them to go right. Some general will direct them to go left. Meanwhile, they know that these people are on the right side. They will kidnap our people, and immediately you arrest these people, they will receive a call from the authority that they should be released. Who are those authorities? They will give them armor tank, but there won't be weapon. I mean, there won't be bullet or or whatsoever they usually use. Who is fooling who? We all know this insecurity in Nigeria beyond those people you mentioned. They are just there as a figurehead. They are there to collect salary.
The agencies that are responsible for
They are just there to collect salary. It's beyond them.
So you mean it's beyond the Minister of Defense itself?
It's beyond him.
Then why is it there?
It's even beyond the Nigeria president.
Don't you think the issue of security should be the top priority for every Nigerian, most especially as a president?
I usually say, for we to have a security solution in this country, they should legalize gun for everyone, every citizen.
You say what?
Yes.
Gun.
They should legalize weapon for every citizen in Nigeria.
Why?
That is a simple solution, the easiest solution which we can think of as it is. You can't be coming to my house with AK-47 and you expect me to use nothing. Won't I defend myself?
But that is against the law.
That is why we said they should add it into law.
But even though if you have a weapon that you are using, the law says that you shouldn't use your own weapon. If you have a legalized weapon that you are using, the law says that you shouldn't use your weapon to kill the person who wants to kill you. You will use it to defend yourself and disarm him and report the case to the police.
Why is the person trying to kill me at first? Why is self-defense inside the Constitution?
Maybe you shouldn't pay evil with evil.
So, but I should die and receive the evil.
No, no one is saying you should die. You defend yourself.
And so why this self-defense? If I have the authority of self-defense, so I should also have something to defend myself. Why are the rich people, the politicians, why are they moving around with weapons? If they have the authority to move around with weapons, why can't I move around with weapons? Why can't I secure myself?
Well, let me ask you this, Dr. Nyingra. We are talking, I want to pick the question out of what he just said now. We are talking about the issue of weapons and everything. If you watch the way these bandits, the way they operate and everything, they are well equipped. Do you agree with that?
Of course.
Of course.
Sure. They are very well equipped.
They are very well equipped. Yes. Okay, compared to the Nigerian police and then other agencies that are, responsible for security in Nigeria. Now, how can you measure that or judge that? Who is responsible, for our ammunition in Nigeria here? How do they get these bandits? How do they get better weapons than the Nigerian police and all the armed forces in Nigeria?
Well, to start with, there is no challenge without a solution. There is no problem without solution. It now depends on our resolve as collectively as a people, starting with the leadership, those who are in governance, to facilitate, to canvass, and to also put into action these measures of solution, how to solve these problems. Now, that is what we need to start with. Our government is responsible, just like in every nation. The government of every nation is expected to sustain the security system, the security apparatus, and everything that concerns security in a nation. Our government is responsible for that. Now, take note. Nigerian government have the money. They have the legitimacy. They have the fund. They have the power. They have the legitimacy to equip all our security institutions. They do have all that it takes. But why the government is slowing down or not acting, for me, according to my statistics and research, I believe that government have been compromised from, especially where the security personnel who are in charge of procuring arms and ammunition, that unit of government or security agencies responsible for procuring arms and ammunition, it has been compromised. And the police, for instance, as far as I'm concerned and what I see on the street every day, they are a security watchdog though, but now the dog has been made to sit to watch. You know, they are a security watchdog, but now the dog itself has been made to sit and watch and not do the work of the police accurately. So it's not that government does not have the capacity, the authority, the legitimacy to equip our police well, or our forces well, or our military well, enough to tackle all these problems, this problem of insecurity. But just like he said, he pointed out, and like I will also strengthen it, the government have been compromised.
So you mean government are responsible for everything that insecurity in this country?
This is how it should be seen. Government is responsible for it, to maintain it, to sustain it. But some officials within the government, parastatals, they have on their own been a voice for these so-called people causing the insecurity of this nation. They are their spokesperson. They are their mouthpiece. They speak for them. They canvass for them. They campaign for them. They advocate for them. They fight for their cause. So these are issues that need to be dealt with. That government, yes, those who can wade in, stop all these things.
Okay. Let me direct these questions back to you, Honorable Alex. Still on this issue of insecurity, let me ask you. I want to ask you a direct question. Are you safe as a Nigerian?
I'm not safe.
You are not safe. Then what are you
In fact,
doing?
I'm still angry to be in Nigeria.
You hate Nigeria that much?
If I have any opportunity of leaving this country, I swear to God, with me, I'm not coming back.
Are you not a patriotic Nigerian?
Okay. Let me say I'm a Nigerian, but I'm not happy to be a Nigerian.
Okay,
And not that I'm not happy to be a Nigeria. Nigeria was blessed with every blessed thing one can pray for in the world. But we are also blessed with useless and stupid or selfish leaders. UK, we all think of. UK has nothing compared to Nigeria. Still, they still put every problem they experience at UK on us. But the enjoyment they enjoy in UK, we Nigerians never benefit anything. The same thing with US, the same thing with Australia, the same thing with Spain. Why are this country benefiting more than we, the Lord specially blessed? We have crude oil, gold, silver. Mention it. There are some countries that only owns one of those resources. There are some countries that don't even have any. UK has nothing. Despite that, all Nigerians want to go to UK. Am I lying? If you have the opportunity of going to UK today, will you think twice?
It's good to explore.
But you are not going there because of exploring.
That's my own decision. It's good to explore.
Why can't we tell our leader what we need? Why can't we make Nigeria the country we all think of?
What
the
do we
country
need?
our father pray of?
Okay, what exactly do we need?
We need good leaders.
But we voted the good ones. We think they are.
There's no how we can vote the good one in those useless parties. I told you, and I will usually say it, no political leader that can reform this country come out from either of those 2 or 3 parties. And these are the parties Nigeria always think of. APC, PDP, now I think ADC. They are the set of people reforming, transforming, rebuilding themselves, putting themselves and their family in the same party.
Okay, what's the way forward now? We should have another party.
The way forward as it is with the condition of this country, as the Olonyibo will say, you cannot do the same thing the same way and expect different results. We need the transformation. I don't want to use Showore's language, revolution. But let's say we need retransformation. We need new set of people completely.
Like who?
I can't say.
Well, what I will say about that is this. There is a thing that forms the lifestyle, that shapes the behavior of a person or of a people, and that thing is culture.
We need to review our culture.
I'm coming. Now, take for instance, in Yoruba land, when a younger man, a youth, sees an older man or an elder, you are expected to be the first to say, "Good morning, sir." As a man, if you cannot prostrate, at least you give a bow. Mm-hmm. That has been imputed into our head. It is our culture. That is the way we think. That is the way we reason. And that is what we do. So, let us put this into our culture also. What are our leadership culture? What are our government culture or governance culture? Our culture, the politics, our politicians don't have a people culture. The people first is never there. That must be implanted into every person from childhood.
So if you don't have people's first or interest, so what do they have?
They have theirs. We cannot have any other culture than people culture. My country first culture. Look at countries like Britain, the United Kingdom. Look at USA with Donald Trump. That man does not care about anybody's status than the status of the USA. The people first. The people first. Now, back to culture. If you are going to create a people culture, the people culture, for leadership, for citizenry, for every areas or aspect of our lives as a nation, then it must reflect in all the policies government is making, including security. It must reflect. If it does not reflect in every policy, any political leader or any civilian or any military personnel is bringing forward, if those people first, people first culture is not reflecting in any of their policy, even in our constitution, that thing must be worked on.
Okay, you can join us on our Facebook, AM973FM, AM973FM, and then also on our Instagram, AM973FM, on our X, AM973FM, on YouTube, AM973FM. Those are the handles to our social media platform. If you have one or two things to say, before we go for a commercial break, 091 144 44973 081 111-00973 or 070-252-00973. I will take those numbers one more time. 091-144-44973, 081-111-00973 or 070-252-00973. Those are the numbers that connect with us on Nigeria Today. Okay, before I move on, I'm still going to ask Honorable Alex one or two questions as well. You know, I asked a question at the beginning of this program about the Minister of Defense or anything. But I like where you dropped me to earlier. You said something that I took the question from the top and not from the bottom. And because, let me say it this way. Let me ask you this way. Do you think Christopher Musa will be able to control Bello Matawalle? Christopher Musa as the Minister of Defense and Bello Matawalle as the Minister of State Defense. We all know that Bello Matawalle will be under Christopher Musa. With the record of Bello Matawalle being the governor, the former governor, and then in his time as the governor of Zamfara State, he said something that banditry is not a bad thing. He said it openly. He said that they are just people like us. We see them as our people. We see them as this. We see them as that. Those are his words then. And then he was in support of them. He supported them a lot. And then we've seen some of his pictures where he was, say, defending them, trying to defend them, dining with them and everything. Now, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to be sincere with himself, do you think Christopher Musa, fine, a former, chief of defense staff, and then do you think he can control Bello Matawalle?
In terms of security, do we need who can control each other? We need who can serve Nigerians.
But what happens when someone is trying to solve an issue and another person is surmounting to the problem?
What happens when the president says something and the governor says they are not okay with it, and they go against it?
But those ones, they are elected personnel. But these ones, they are appointed.
Appointed, elected, I believe you should give respect to those who deserve it. So if you cannot give respect as the governor to the president of the country, so if you are in any position, you can't give respect to who is your senior or your superior. So don't let us go there. The question is, why are the state security not functioning? The security vote our governor usually collect every blessed month. What have they been using it for? Why Amotekun in Southwest? Is this Amotekun functioning? Has there not been any kidnapping and the likes in Southwest? There was a voice note that came out last month at Lagelu area about those people seeing bandits moving around their area. What has the state governor done about that? So there are some questions that we need to ask as a concerned citizen, rather than thinking of who is going to control who. If they control themselves, I'm less concerned. What I'm after is, will my security be guaranteed? I believe I answered your question.
On that, I respect this president so much. For one thing, he is a state craftsman. This is not actually about controlling. For me, as a person who is also a historical tactician, a technocrat, what this president did was to put a mirror that will reflect and expose Matawalle.
Okay, see it that way?
Yes. Now, this man is a man of order. General Christopher Musa is an army officer, and what they are programmed to do, what they are configured to do, is receive order and deliver on your order. If he has been configured in that way, he is going to apply this method of administration, method of service in his duties, in performing his duties. So while he is trying to perform, if he is giving orders and trying to perform, anyone who wants to jettison it or jeopardize it from any other offices or agencies will definitely be exposed. So that is why I said the president is a state craftsman. He understood this without making noise, without saying it, by simply putting that man above them. And anyone who wants to do otherwise or go against him would definitely be exposed to the Nigerian people for them to see.
But don't you think Nigerians, with the news being flying around and everything, if you ask a common Nigerians who are those responsible for banditry and all these things, with news that they've spread online and everything, they will give you names. So is there need for any more exposure?
Nigerians might have names, but they do not have the power to hold names or even mention names. Legitimately, they might get sued. Anybody might get into any kind of deep waters.
But at the same time, Honorable Alex said something earlier that this issue of insecurity is beyond the power of a presidency. So do you think president can, maybe these people, they are above the law?
I don't think so. As far as I'm concerned, and with some experience in leadership, I don't think that this is way over the president's head. It is the prerogative right. It is a prerogative right within the ambience of the constitution, the Nigerian constitution. The president can do what he likes within the confines of the law. Take, for instance, the past president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. It wasn't that this issue of banditry or insecurity did not surface while he was in office, but this man shows everybody bluntly to their faces, in whatsoever agency you find yourself. If you mess up, if you try to jeopardize or cause leakage in my government, I will hold you and nothing will happen. And he knows how to do his statecraft within the confines of the law, legitimately and logically. He did everything that, till date, everybody still respect that man and says that man is the wisest president Nigerian have so far. So it is within the confines, it is the prerogative right of the president, except if the president is afraid as a person or is politicking to get more votes from people. He wants people, if except on those grounds. But if it is not on those grounds, he has every right, every legitimate constitutional right to carry out his role.
Do you see the video of Gumi trying to threaten the Nigerian president?
Gumi was around when President Obasanjo was around and in office. He visited him and he saw him. Gumi did not act. He never acted.
But Gumi is now trying to threaten the Nigerian president.
If Chief Obasanjo was the president today, Gumi can never make a noise.
That makes you. That makes me go to the question that you mean, or you are assuming President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not active, or
that is
don't
not
even know the power of the president
on this issue.
That is all you are trying to bring out.
No, I am giving a submission for everybody to
you
consider,
say,
including the president himself.
Gumi
like
is
he has a prerogative to do certain things within the confines of the law, confidently and there is no court that will tell him you are gone. If he says today and he gives an order, say pick up Gumi, I want him picked up, everybody will not say a word. But the reason why he is doing that is what we do not know. He might have his facts, he might have his logics or his method of approach to resolving the issues. But legitimately, looking at what the Constitution says, he has the prerogative right to make or demand for anybody's arrest if that person is found to be constituting problems or nuisance to the society. That is his prerogative right.
But for someone to come out boldly and say, those kidnapping, killing people, if you want it to stop, put them in Nigerian budget.
Well,
and they can go ahead to another country to bring in Nnamdi Kanu, sentence Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. But someone in this country, Gumi came to Ibadan last month to let you know that he's in this country. He can say and do otherwise in terms of security, but someone agitating for a country saying we are no more satisfied with what this country is doing, can be arrested and sentenced to the. You are now here saying Gumi was here during the regime of President.
One word of Chief Obasanjo. He said, "Leadership is everything." The personality of a leader is very important as assumed by the people. If you look at a person and think he is a sheep, they will treat him that way. If you look at a person and see that he is a lion, you will respect him that way. So how each leaders have been able to give an optics of themselves or a representation of themselves to the public is what is at play here. Because there is no difference between when Obasanjo was there, Chief Obasanjo, and President Tinubu, and every other president that came between them. It is the personality of the leaders. Now, it now depends on what is at play here. Whether it is personal interest that is making the person stand quietly, docile and inactive, or whatsoever. So, but for me, looking at the confines of the Constitution, what the Constitution legally provides, it is the prerogative of the president to demand or put in custody any person that want to hold the country to ransom. You can see, recently he said, just last week or so, he made a state of emergency. Did it hold or not? It held.
Mm-hmm. I have a video here, and I will appreciate if you can also look for this video. Here in this video shows Gumi is in Ibadan, because this is BCOS. And there's a police at his back. Someone threatening the whole country, moving around freely.
Do you have evidence that shows that Gumi is threatening the whole country?
We have video evidence everywhere. You can't tell me you've not seen any of this.
Even being a sympathizer makes him a problem to the nation, to these people, being their advocate, nominally, ordinarily.
Okay, because of our time, let me quickly go on a commercial break. And then when we come back, we will delve more into this. It's the AM 97.3 FM, and this is Nigeria Today. Don't go anywhere.
Nigeria Today.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this program belong solely to the guest, caller, or analyst. AIM 97.3 FM do not endorse or take responsibility for the information provided.
Nothing was random, stick to the plan that's standard.
Planning an event in Ibadan? Let Divine Grace Event Center bring your celebration to life.
Located along Alakia Adigbaye Express Road, Divine Grace Event Center offers you the perfect space for every occasion.
From our grand 600-seater hall to the elegant 200-seater space and the intimate 100-seater venue, we have the ideal setup for weddings, receptions, birthdays, conferences, engagements, and corporate events.
Ample parking, serene environment with full convenience. Divine Grace Event Center is built to make your event unforgettable. Telephone 081-3528-9332 or 070-5729-5996. Divine Grace Event Center, where every event becomes a testimony.
The Aces Hotels and Conference Center is one and only event place with a clear difference and tasteful excellence here in the ancient city of Ibadan. For your next and upcoming event, whether marriage engagement, wedding reception, anniversaries, conferences, seminars, or birthday, the Aces Hotels and Conference Center is affordable and fully equipped with all imaginable ultra-modern facilities for your total convenience without headache, security, power, environment, parking space, and royal service by their staff. All roads lead to the Aces Hotel and Conference Center today at 2.5 Ijokodo Akbete Akufo Road at Gere, Ibadan. For booking and more information, call 080-8746-7420, 080-9744-1898, or 080-2869-0012. The Aces Hotels and Conference Center, where comfortability speaks in words.
Nigeria Today.
Okay, you welcome back from that short commercial break. It's TM 97.3 FM. Don't forget, you can join this conversation by 091 144 44973 or 081 111 00973 or 07025200973. And similarly, you can as well join the conversation on our Facebook page at AM973FM. Do well to like, share, and drop your comment at the same time. Before we move over from that conversation, Honorable Alex, I don't want us to delve more into the issue of that personality. We talk about Sheikh Gumi more and more, you understand. But let's take it this way. A video surfaced online some times ago whereby we have, the bandits. They made use of the helicopter to kidnap a number of people, huge number of people in that in a particular village. What measures do you think, even though the village heads, the local chiefs, I don't want us to say that it is happening in the north or whatever. It's just coming gradually. About this morning, a news surface whereby 4 people were adopted in Anambra. So we don't know who is next, and we don't know who is who. But locally, what can we do?
I should have said maybe bringing in more force. But bringing in more force cannot even solve our solution, because we've won as